Welcome back to the monthly recap, a little mini-series we do here within the Yankees franchise series, where at the end of every month we go over the trades, the moves, the stats, the team stats, the league leaders, all that good stuff here in the past month, and this month will be recapping the month of May. So first things first, our New York Yankees are sitting at 33-20 on this season, one game back in the AL East behind the Baltimore Orioles, and they are currently the AL wildcard leader. So as far as the standings goes, the Yankees are in a much better position they were when it came around this time last year here in 2015. Take a look at some of the bats on the Yankees. Jacoby Ellsbury has been on fire all season long. He's still hitting over 300, a .309 average, 2 home runs, 19 RBI, 59 hits, 27 runs, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 24 stolen bases, and that is enough to put him in first on the team in average hits, doubles, runs, triples, and stolen bases, and he is also leading the American League in stolen bases with that 24. Aaron Judge, the everyday right fielder, all 6'7" of him, hitting .291, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs, which is second on the team. He also has the second most runs on the team. He's been moved up in that 3-hole ever since A-Rod has struggled, and Headley also has struggled. And where things get interesting about what's going to be happening in the month of June is at the end of May, Brian McCann was injured. He has an MCL sprain. He'll be out for 2 to 3 weeks, so he'll be out for a good chunk of June. So that means the Yankees did call up Gary Sanchez to replace him. It'll be a platoon of him and Brian Pena as the catching duties. But Brian McCann was leading this team in home runs and RBI. He had 10 home runs and 31 RBI, and he was also hitting .282, so not too shabby in the average department either. But it'll be up to Brian Pena and Gary Sanchez to carry the load in June, while Brian McCann is rehabbing that MCL sprain. Brett Gardner in the 2-hole this season is hitting .266 with 3 home runs, 16 RBI, 47 hits, 22 runs, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 17 stolen bases, and the thing about those 17 stolen bases, he has not been caught a single time all season long. Jacoby Ellsbury has been caught 3 times, but Brett Gardner, not a single time has he been caught on the base paths. 2 surprise contributors this year that really took off here in the month of May were the middle infielders in Ketel Marte and Ronny Torreyes. The shortstop Ketel Marte, Didi Gregorius struggled at short, Robert Refsnyder struggled at second base, so shortstop took over was Ketel Marte. In 11 games, he is hitting .308 with 3 doubles, 5 stolen bases, and 3 runs, while Ronny Torreyes raked in May as the starting second baseman. In 36 games on the season, he's hitting .270 with 11 runs and 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 10 stolen bases, which is third on the team behind Ellsbury and Gardner. He's been hitting in the 8-hole for the majority of his time as the starting second baseman, and in the month of May, he hit somewhere upwards of 400 in that month. And like I said, he raked in May, and he really solidified himself as the starting second baseman, while Robert Refsnyder, he struggled in the bigs, and he is struggling in AAA, so you don't know how much longer they're going to keep him around as the solid option to have at the second base position. 3 bats who they were hoping to pick it up this season have been struggling so far in the year, and that is Tom Ullman, Greg Bird, and Chase Headley. When A-Rod decided to struggle, the 3-hole became Headley's spot, and he has dipped his average below 200. He is hitting .198 on the season in 48 games, 6 home runs, 19 RBI. Greg Bird still has not picked up the average, hitting .198, 46 games, 8 home runs, 15 RBIs. The home run number is there, but the average is not. While Tom Ullman, since being called up, he has played 18 games in the majors, and he's hitting .167. Definitely not what you want to see from an elite hitting prospect like Tom Ullman. And as far as the team as a whole goes for hitting, they are 15th in average, pretty much middle of the pack for every hitting category. 15th in average, like I said, 12th in runs, 12th in hits, 6th in doubles, and they are 1st in triples. They have 16 of those, 24th in home runs, so a little bit farther down the line in the home runs category, 14th in RBI, and 1st in stolen bases, and they have a gigantic lead in stolen bases. They're first with 76 as a team, and the number 2 team in the entire league has 48, and that's Kansas City. So the Yankees are swiping bags left and right, and they're also 24th in OBP. So home runs and OBP are the two categories there towards the bottom of the pack in, but the rest are all middle of the pack besides the speed categories of triples and stolen bases. On the pitching side of things is 100% where the Yankees flourish. Masahiro Tanaka has been their ace. 6-2 on the season, 2.04 ERA, 11 games started, 8 quality starts of those 11, 80 strikeouts in 75 innings, 2 complete games, and 1 shutout on the season. Dellin Betances, Andrew Miller, David Carpenter have been the 3 lockdown guys in the bullpen, the 7th, 8th, 9th innings. Carpenter in the 7th has 20 games pitched, 2-1 on the season with a 1.09 ERA, 25 strikeouts, and 24.2 innings pitched. The 8th inning guy in Andrew Miller, 21 games appeared, a under 1 ERA of 0.36, 36 strikeouts in 25 innings, 10 holds, and 2 saves of his own. But the real impressive one is Dellin Betances in that 9th inning. He's appeared in 16 games this season, 16 innings, and 16 saves. In those 16 innings, he has 17 strikeouts, and he has not given up a run all season long. So the first 2 months of the season, he has a 0.00 ERA. And the rest of the starting rotation alongside Tanaka has also been quite good, as Tyler Olson, the left-hander, the lone left-hander in the rotation, is 6-3 with a 1.71 ERA in 10 games started. 8 of those have been quality starts, 46 strikeouts in 68 innings. Not a high strikeout man, but he gets the job done, especially at that 1.71 ERA, and he's shown it with 3 complete games and 2 shutouts. Nathan Eovaldi, the number 2 guy in the rotation, 12 games started, 4-3 on the season with a 2.49 ERA in 6 quality starts, 1 complete game, 46 strikeouts, 72 innings. Once again, not exactly a strikeout guy, but he gets the job done. Luis Severino, 3-1 with a 2.73 ERA, 9 games started, 6 of those quality starts, 43 strikeouts, and 52.2 innings pitched. While also Asher Wojciechowski called up to replace the injured Michael Pineda in the rotation. He's been 3-2 with 3.34 ERA in 6 games started since being called up from Scranton Wilkes-Barre, AAA, and in 3 of those 6 starts have been quality starts for the Bronx Bombers. And the team pitching is really where they excel and really shows how much of a head start they have in a lot of teams throughout the league, as they are first in team ERA, 2.42 ERA, first in team shutouts, 4th in hits allowed, 2nd in runs allowed, 1st in earned runs, 5th in home runs allowed, 3rd in walks allowed, 9th in strikeouts, and 3rd in win percentage. So the Yankees are a pitching machine. And the Yankees made one more move in the month of May, and that move being they designated for assignment Alex Rodriguez. 64 overall now. He's been going down all season long, and he was not performing at all. A 182 batting average and 121 at-bats, 22 hits, no home runs. And keep in mind, he was spending the majority of the season as the 3-hole hitter, and he has 0 home runs on a 182 average and only 9 RBIs. So Alex Rodriguez, definitely not where you want him to be, and the 40-year-old third baseman slash DH is now rotting away in Class A after being assigned there after going through waivers. No one wanted to pick him up, and they did not decide to release him or trade him, so Alex Rodriguez is rotting away in Class A for the remaining 2 years of his contract until he either retires or they find something to do with him. And with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for the May recap of the monthly recap here of the Yankees franchise series. I have been your host, JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.
Back when I was sleeping way past breakfast, before anybody knew about Craigslist, On Demand was the move for a dope flick. Didn't have an Xbox hooked to my Netflix. Things change in a minute though. I remember getting GameCube Rip 64. I never thought I'd live to see the day Maroon 5 sold out. Remember songs about Jane, that was back when Sugar Ray was getting radio play. Every morning there's a halo, yeah, you know what they say. I was just a kid trying to live it up. Cold glass of Sunny D, no liquor in my cup.